Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're working on yourself, trying to think healthier thoughts, trying to stay calm, trying to grow, but you still don't feel better? You still have bad days, emotional dips, or moments where you wonder if anything is changing at all. Many people believe that healing should feel clear, strong, and obvious. They think recovery should move in a straight line. But real emotional healing rarely works like that. It's often slow, quiet, and sometimes invisible. In this episode, you will discover why progress can be hard to notice, why the path to better mental health looks messy, and how your mind may already be improving in ways you haven't recognized yet. By listening to the end, you will not only grow your English skills, but also grow your understanding of yourself, your emotions, and your inner strength. You will learn how healing really works, why good and bad days both matter, and how to recognize the small signs that show your mental health is moving forward, even if your feelings haven't caught up yet. And if this lesson gave you something useful, I'd love it if you tapped like and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay connected, and it also helps this little learning community grow. Every click really does make a difference. With love, let's dive in. Why does healing feel messy and unpredictable sometimes? Healing feels messy because the human mind does not change in one big moment. It changes in small steps that build slowly, often without you noticing. When you try to improve your mental health, your brain is building new habits, new emotional reactions, and new ways of thinking. These changes take time, and during the process, old patterns still come back. That's why some days feel strong and other days feel heavy. This does not mean you are failing. It simply means you are human, and your mind is learning something new. Emotions also move in waves, not straight lines. You can feel okay one day and tired the next, and this is normal. What matters is not having perfect days. What matters is how gently you return to yourself after a difficult moment, and how open you stay to trying again. When you understand that healing is not a clean, perfect path, you stop judging yourself so harshly. You begin to see that progress is not broken by a bad day. It continues quietly underneath everything, slowly building the strength you'll feel more clearly later. Why is progress so hard to notice when you're improving? Progress is difficult to notice because the mind adjusts slowly. When you improve, your new thoughts and reactions become normal to you, so you don't see them as progress. You only notice problems, not improvements, because the brain is naturally more sensitive to danger, stress, and emotional discomfort. This means you might overlook powerful signs of healing simply because they do not feel dramatic or exciting. They feel gentle and familiar. Another reason progress is hard to notice is comparison. You might compare yourself to how you imagine strong or confident people behave, instead of comparing yourself to your past self. Quiet improvements, like staying calm during a challenge or taking a deep breath before reacting, can be easy to ignore. But these small changes are the real foundation of emotional strength. When you understand this, you begin to appreciate the slow and steady growth happening inside you. You start to see that healing is not one big moment. It's many tiny shifts that become stronger over time, until suddenly you realize you don't think the way you used to, and you don't break the way you once did. Why do both good days and bad days matter in healing? Good days and bad days both matter because each one teaches your mind something important. Good days show you what growth feels like. They remind you that calm moments, self-respect, and emotional balance are possible. They give you energy, hope, and a feeling of progress. But bad days matter too, even though they feel uncomfortable. Bad days teach your mind how to handle stress without falling apart. They give you practice in returning to balance after losing it. They help you learn patience, emotional awareness, and resilience. Instead of seeing bad days as failure, you can see them as part of the training your mind goes through while healing. Imagine learning any skill. You improve with practice, not with perfection. Some days feel easy and some feel frustrating, yet both types of days help you grow. Healing works exactly the same way. When you accept that both sides are normal, you feel less guilty, less confused, and less disappointed with yourself. You begin to trust the process, and this trust is what allows deeper healing to happen inside you. Why do emotional ups and downs not mean you're going backwards? Emotional ups and downs are a natural part of healing, not a sign that you're losing progress. When you are working on your mental health, your old habits and new habits both exist at the same time. Some days your new habits win. Other days your old habits take over. This does not mean the new habits are gone. It simply means they are still growing. Think of healing like building a muscle. You don't lose all your strength because you have one weak day. Your progress is still there, protected inside you. Emotional ups and downs show that your mind is actively changing. They show that you are trying, learning, and adjusting. They show that you are becoming more aware of your feelings. Awareness itself is progress. When you understand that ups and downs are normal, you stop blaming yourself. You become kinder to yourself. And this kindness is what helps your healing move forward faster. Emotional swings are not proof that you are broken. They are proof that you are alive, growing and becoming stronger than before. Why do tiny invisible improvements matter so much? Tiny invisible improvements matter because they build the foundation of long-term emotional strength. They are the small shifts in thinking, the short pauses before reacting, the moments when you choose calm over chaos. You might not notice them, but they slowly change how you experience life. Big changes are rare. Most healing happens in tiny moments where you make a slightly healthier choice than before. These choices may feel too small to celebrate, but they are powerful because they repeat. Over time, these tiny choices create new emotional patterns. They become habits that protect you, guide you, and support your mental health. Invisible improvements also help you survive tougher days with more stability. You might still feel sad or stressed, but you recover more quickly than you used to. Even that is a sign of growth. The truth is, small progress is still progress. These quiet shifts are the true engine of healing. When you start to recognize them, you finally see the strength you have been building all along. Why is responding calmly instead of reacting quickly a sign of healing? Responding calmly is a sign of healing because it shows that your mind is learning to slow down and choose a healthier reaction. In the past, you might have reacted fast when you felt hurt, stressed, or overwhelmed. Quick reactions often come from fear, insecurity, or old emotional wounds. But when you pause, breathe, and respond with more control, it means your nervous system feels safer. It means you're not controlled by your emotions anymore. Even if you still feel stressed inside, The fact that you can pause before speaking or acting is a powerful sign of growth. It shows that your mind is becoming stronger and more emotionally balanced. Responding calmly also helps you protect your relationships and your peace. It reduces guilt and regret because you are behaving in ways that match your values. When you notice yourself reacting less and responding more, this is not a small thing. It's a major sign that your mental health is moving forward, even on days when you still feel unsure or tired. Why is bouncing back faster from stress a sign of growing strength? Bouncing back faster is a sign of healing because it shows that your emotional recovery time is improving. In the past, something stressful might have ruined your whole day or even your whole week. Now, you might still feel upset, but you don't stay stuck in that feeling as long as before. This means your emotional flexibility is getting stronger. It means your mind knows how to return to balance. You may still cry, worry, overthink, or feel heavy sometimes. That is normal. But the important thing is how quickly you come back to calm after the storm passes. This faster recovery tells you that your mind is learning resilience. It's learning to protect itself without shutting down. Even if you don't feel strong, the fact that you recover faster is proof that your healing is real. You are no longer breaking the way you used to. You are bending and then returning to your center. That is emotional strength, even if it feels subtle. Why do physical signs of calm often appear before mental signs? Physical signs of calm appear first because the body often heals before the mind fully understands what's happening. Your nervous system feels safety earlier than your thoughts can recognize it. This is why you might notice your shoulders relaxing, your breath becoming softer, or your jaw loosening before you feel emotionally calm. You may sleep a little deeper, wake up with slightly less tension, or feel a quiet sense of comfort in your chest. These signals show that your body is learning a new baseline of peace. Sometimes your thoughts are still negative or worried, but your body is telling a different story. It is showing you that healing has already begun. Mental awareness takes more time because your brain has old habits and old fears that need to adjust. But your body often knows the truth first. When you pay attention to small physical shifts, you discover that healing has been happening inside you long before your mind was ready to believe it. Why is self-forgiveness an important sign of improving mental health? Self-forgiveness is a sign of healing because it shows that you are letting go of the heavy pressure you used to put on yourself. When your mental health is struggling, it's easy to blame yourself for mistakes, for emotions, or for not being perfect. But as you heal, your inner voice becomes gentler. You begin to understand that mistakes are part of being human, not proof that you are failing. You start giving yourself space to feel tired, confused, or sad without judgment. You start accepting that growth takes time. This shift is powerful because it reduces stress and emotional tension. It also helps you break the cycle of guilt that keeps many people stuck. When you forgive yourself more easily, you create space for real progress. You move forward instead of fighting with yourself. You stop punishing yourself for being imperfect. You start treating yourself like someone who deserves care. This change in attitude is one of the clearest signs that your mental health is moving in a better direction. Why is emotional awareness a quiet but powerful sign of progress? Emotional awareness is a sign of healing because it shows that you're no longer running away from your feelings. Instead, You are starting to observe them, understand them, and accept them. In the past, you might have reacted without thinking or pushed your emotions away because they felt too heavy. But now, you may notice feelings sooner. You may understand why they appear. You may name them with more clarity, like saying, "I feel overwhelmed," "I feel scared," or "I feel tired." This awareness does not remove the emotion, but it gives you control over how you respond. Awareness brings choice. When you can observe your emotions without panicking, it means your mind is becoming stronger. It means you can face your inner world without collapsing. This alone is a sign of progress. Emotional awareness is quiet, gentle, and often unnoticed, but it transforms everything. It is one of the deepest signs that healing is taking place inside you. Why do setbacks not erase your progress? Setbacks do not erase your progress because they are part of the healing process, not the end of it. When you hit a setback, it might feel like you are losing everything you worked for. You might feel discouraged, frustrated, or confused, but the truth is, setbacks are normal. They happen to everyone. A setback simply means your mind is still learning. It means your new habits are growing, but not fully stable yet. And that is okay. What matters is how you continue afterward. If you keep trying, keep learning, and keep returning to your healthy choices, then your progress remains strong inside you. A bad day does not destroy a good week. A difficult moment does not undo months of inner work. Your progress lives inside your reactions, your awareness, and your ability to rise again. Setbacks test your strength, but they also reveal it. And every time you come back after falling, you prove to yourself that your healing is real. Why should you trust that small steps are leading you forward? You should trust small steps because healing always grows from small, consistent actions. You don't need a big breakthrough to change your life. You need gentle effort repeated over time. You need patience, compassion, and the courage to keep going even on days when you feel tired. When you trust the process, you allow your mind to grow without pressure. You give yourself space to learn healthier reactions, to build emotional strength, and to understand your feelings more deeply. And little by little, you become someone calmer, stronger, and more confident. Healing is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is the quiet rebuilding of yourself from the inside out. Every small step you take, every moment you choose peace, every time you return after falling, it all adds up. Even if you don't feel the change yet, it's happening. You are healing, you are growing, you are becoming the version of yourself that your future will thank you for. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.